Laroy Dennis carries with him the story of a life shaped as much by the ocean as by his own two hands. Born in Santa Barbara, raised in Long Beach, and later moving through Orange County, he eventually set his course for Hawaii. By the time he was 17, he arrived on the North Shore, a place still untamed, remembered by many as the Wild Wild West of surfing. The waves were raw, the culture unpolished, and the energy electric. It was here that Leroy discovered his path, picking up the craft of surfboard shaping. What began as a simple hobby soon transformed first into a passion, then into a livelihood, and in time a necessity for survival. The work demanded everything. He recalls an entire year defined by the rhythm of his hands and a planer. 5 boards a day, 5 days a week, through every season. Each board carried a piece of him, not for fame, not for fortune, but for the love of the craft itself. Through it all, Leroy never sought the spotlight. In a world where some were chasing recognition, he was chasing something different. The simple truth of creation, the connection between surfer and sea, and the quiet satisfaction of building a life around waves. Thank you all for tuning into today's episode. I hope you enjoy. Aloha.
I need to exercise. I need to get off my butt. I'm 75 years old. I've been doing this all my life. I mean, I started down the road when I was 17 years old, stripping old boards and stripping old boards that we brought over from California that were too big to surf the waves over here. Uh, well, I helped pioneer that whole 70s, 60s, 70s gyration.
And you're still going strong.
Yeah, I'm still hanging right in with it. It's funny because I tell people I'm the first, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But theoretically, I was.
No, you're shaping boards for Brewer. Brewer didn't know how to shape short boards. So that's why he's the best short board shaper.
So he sold my logo to Jack's surf shop, Dick Brewer surfboards. $10 a logo. You got $2, two logos for $10. And I got $15 for shaping the board. So Jack's was giving me boards, blanks, right? And I shaped them for $15.
Yeah.
They put the short, it was all shortboard then, not the.
Yeah.
I guess I was surfing when I was 10 years old in Huntington Beach. I mean, in Long Beach. In Long Beach back then, they had waves. And they started building a jetty from San Pedro all the way to Seal Beach. And when they built that jetty to Seal Beach, there was a jetty at Seal Beach, right? The waves quit coming in at Long Beach. They had to go all the way around and started coming in at Seal Beach. So I couldn't surf Long Beach no more. So I had to migrate to Long Beach where the jetties are.
Yeah.
And right there was a power plant that had 80-degree waters coming out, mixing with the other salt water. So it's like 76 something, really warm water, right?
Yeah.
They call it a Stingray Bay. Remember that, Chucky? Huh?
Stingray Bay, that's what we go back to.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
That's where it all started, you know, back in Stingray Bay. Crash. You know, that's Long Beach. That's right the channel of Long Beach, right Belmont Shores.
That's a big oil thing there. They got big islands out there now. They put a jetty from Pedro all the way to Seal Beach, and they got big islands out in front of there with oil leaks sucking out of the water and shit. There was a rainbow pier here I used to surf up the side.
Yeah.
And used to go out in the ocean and come back in and blocks and stuff, and she'd be able to surf back there and shut all that down. That's on Long Beach, yeah.
Wow.
Where the Queen Mary is in Long Beach right now, that's where I used to get waves. It would bounce off the thing, bounce off there, and then come through there. And I had a board I bought for like $5 or $10 at Harbors, and the nose was broke off. And so I catch the nose, and a friend of my mother's took me down to Seal Beach to buy a board. I had enough money, right? So we went into Harbors, and they had this one board, and I said, oh, that's the only money I could pay. So I bought it. We dropped back down to Huntington Beach. Went back down to Long Beach. And the only place that there was water was like 4 blocks from my house.
Yeah.
And it was a San Gabriel River. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and the waves came in and bounced off the jetties. Back then, before they built the jetty, waves would echo in there. I had my board down there, and it was right into the waves, my board. Not even really getting wet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sandbars, it's only this deep. Sandbar goes right down the wave with perfect left, you know what I mean? You catch it on my board, no nose, you know what I mean? Nice, there's not even take it home. I'd go stash it up in the bushes, But I only did like 4 or 5 blocks, so I didn't want to carry it, so
Yeah.
I'd stash it before I got home. One day it was gone. Everybody I surfed with was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So I just got out of jail, and my mother, before I got out of jail, she found a place in Huntington Beach. It was Orange County. But I went to LA. I went to LA County. I got busted in Orange County a lot, so I had dead time pretty much dead time in LA. Orange County, and then I had pretty much dead time in LA, and then I went and spent 6 months up in the camps, right? Firefly, Malibu Canyon, and all this stuff. So when I got back out, it was just a little bit before I was turning 18 in November or something, like January. I turned 18, right? So my mother already had a place there, and the lady said, well, they gave me a special thing to be able to move to Orange County for continuation kids,
Yeah.
dropouts. No, for 17.
Oh, yeah.
It was for the dropouts. So I got in a dropout class over there right after I got out of jail, and then a friend came up to me, and he goes, hey, this guy, Bill, a friend of mine, Joe. Anyway, he goes, hey, he's a photographer, right? He goes, Sammy, all those guys are over there. I want to go take pictures of them.
So you came over and you started shaping. Right?
Yeah, I started making surfboards
With those guys.
Before then, I was always going to school. I was always teaching school down at Seal Beach and watching them make surfboards and helping them patch things and stuff.
Yeah.
When I did school with guys that come on here and stay on site and anything and that. So as soon as school lets out, I go surfing all day, and the rest of the day. And then go home, and then in the mornings I get off the bus and go to the surf shop.
Yeah.
When I first came over here, my friend rented a car and all that stuff, and I tires and all that stuff. Anyway, so telling real, I went in swimming over pipeline with, and I went down to the beach, and there they were, standing on the beach. You got a big bird pipeline bottle, right? And we were before I was in jail, I was riding nose riders, right, big fat ones. And then anyway, everybody's riding mostly nose riders. No one's like really riding pocket rocket type nose. Anyway, Sammy happened to have one, and he let me. And I got down the beach, and 4 to 6 foot pipeline, just perfect, 8 foot set. 6 guys in the water, the most. Everybody goes, no, you go. No, you go. Yeah. Instead of trying to get up there, like, no, you go. You're in a better position. So anyway, yeah.
Did you take out the pipeline? Did you take
Yeah, so I took out the pipeline in there and paddled out, and like the first wave, about a 4 or 5 foot wave, right? I take off, and I halfway down the wave, and it jumps up on me, and then throw it up my neck. Ding! Or go flying, Sammy looks up the beach, grabs it from me. All right, where you bring my board? Yeah, I took it from me. But after that, about a couple weeks later, this guy comes over from California and goes, hey, Greek says, knows you just got out of jail and you don't have a surfboard. Here's your Greek surfboard. He sent me a brand new board. See, there's one of these nose riders with a kick tail on it and all that stuff. So I,
That won't work.
yeah. So I tried to ride, riding and stuff, but it didn't work. Wasn't working at B-Man down there. I was living up here by B-Man right here. On the other side of the commissary things.
Yeah.
That's one of the places I was doing. Anyway, yeah, the boards didn't fit. So I stripped that board, made it like the Sammy's board,
Over there.
the Packlander. And yeah, I made it like that. And these other Tom Stone, Glenn Cowboy, these other real Hawaiians, they come from town and they're riding Packline with the before Lopez or any of those other guys, right? Lopez wasn't around. He's Italian, Mexican from town. So anyway, yeah, I was certified for all that. Hey, Sammy and those guys for all that shit. They made a surf. Sweetwater, what was it?
Saltwater wine.
Saltwater wine, yeah. Sammy, me, my stuff, right?
So the old surf movie.
Disappearing Laroy Dennis. Then a picture of me taking off the outside second reef and going down the white water, and the white water starts going back up like this. And then I'm going down like this, and the thing goes over and just covers me, right?
Oh.
And then it shows it peeling and peeling and peeling and peeling. And they just dubbed it in, right? So disappearing Laroy Dennis.
It's a cool movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that was but still looking for that movie. They people put that out of work. That was part of history. And no one wants to talk about me, Sam, and Al. We were the first guys on the beach.
Yeah.
They kind of don't want to talk about it. No one wants to see it in the picture.
Yeah, the surf.
Australians came over and they wanted their first guys. They thought Roy Russell was me.
Oh wow.
They're talking here, this Roy, yeah. And I went to California, right? So I was too spaced out, taking too many drugs and shit. And then when the contest came around, I was just trying to get my head back together. And somehow Roy Russell was winning contests. You know, who's Roy Russell? It's like Steve Bug, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was you guys. You guys had it.
Before, yeah,
Yeah.
years before that. Yeah, we had it before that.
Yeah, and Sammy and
Al Chapman.
Al,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Sam Hawk. Sam Hawk.
Yeah. Back and forth to Ranch and Beach, still over there. And every time I came back, I was over at a big room and board at my mom's house and stuff, right? And there were shops of people, like, go over and work on surfboards and, you know, and build surfboards and shit.
Yeah.
Jobs, right?
Yeah.
I come over and do that. Later on through the years, I used to come over and hang out with Chucky over here.
Oh, Chuck.
We go work with an Al. He's a carpenter, right? So we go and go to young yards and hang out.
Yeah.
People are driving off the line. Hey, need any help? I'm Chucky.
Yeah.
No.
We're going off.
We go.
Yeah.
We can sit around. But remember, we used to go sit by the lumber yards,
Yeah.
and then when there's people coming out, a bunch of lumber.
Quiet lumber truck.
Follow the lumber truck.
Mine. Yeah.
Hey guys, Ramon here. Thank you all for tuning in to today's video. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with what's happening here on Oahu. If you would like to watch more videos, check out our playlist. And last but not least, consider becoming a member of the Oahu Surf Films Ohana.